General MacArthur drops a atomic bomb.
Hello everyone, welcome back. This is 1951, turn 14, going in with the communists. Probably going to be a pretty short one because don't really have any attacks to make with the communists and probably only a small number of non-combat moves. So we have Russia putting all their IPC into 10 infantry. And then China is paying off the damages to their factory in Manchuria, buying 2 jets, 2 destroyers, and 5 infantry. Like I said, not going to be really any attacks this turn. More just, more so just non-combat. So, again, going to be a quick turn. So, give me a second here. Get my, get the camera on the tripod. So, starting here in Europe, this Soviet army is going to move back to Turkey. This one's going to move to Syria to act as a blocking force. Let's see here. This Russian army, the Russian army in Smolensk, is going to retreat back to Moscow. They'll leave an infantry behind, which means then I will consolidate all of the Russian defenders again onto into their army board right here. Do that real quick. Whoops. I actually could probably ship him out for a red now. Yeah, could ship him out for another red. So let's see here. Okay, and we got that. Outside of that, I think that is really, let's see here. What else was I gonna do? I was gonna take this tactical bomber and go 1, 2, 3, land him in Stalingrad to add as a defense for him too. And that should be everything in, yep, that'll be everything in Europe. Over here to the south, since we don't have to worry about a allied attack in the south just yet, we take these 3 tanks. We're going to reinforce Pakistan in the event that the Sado powers come east into Iran. But then other than that, I don't have any other non-combats for them up here. So we'll just go right into deployment. So this is fixed. Got 3 more jets landing here. So I gotta get another marker, which actually, again, I could probably chip out. Yep. Again, chip out again here. And then there are 2 destroyers. And then another 5 infantry for there. And then, real quick, we got the 10 infantry here who are going to go here. All right, so that'll be the end of the communist turn. I'll be right back with it, and we'll be right back with one more update. Okay, so going back to it, sorry about that. So kind of going into a final overview, at least in Russia, the Russians have semi-stabilized their lines around Moscow. Unfortunately, that Army of the Rhine down here is pretty much poised to do battle with the Russians for Stalingrad. The NATO First Army is still sitting up there in Leningrad, sort of licking its wounds from the licking its wounds from the Soviet spoiling attack at Smolensk, and the Allies are NATO has kind of recovered, needs a little bit more recovery, but I think however, as the Allies, I think the Allies are smelling the blood in the water. For here in the Middle East and Southeast Asia, China hasn't been doing much as far as reinforcing down there, just because there hasn't really been an Allied threat down there. But now with SATO in the Middle East and them beginning a buildup of the Philippines, China is probably going to also have to shift resources back down here again to try and fight them off. And they're still kind of maintaining a force on their coast with this massive tank army here as sort of the reserve force to go in and battle against any landings. And then China's still building up around Peking, trying to keep that out of the hands of the Allies who again are building up in Amur, Japan, and the Philippines. I mean, really, the Allies have a lot of mobility as far as coming out of the Philippines. They can go just about anywhere along the entire length of China, basically. Well, not so much. They basically can go from Shantung, basically anywhere from Shantung all the way down to Malaya. The Allies from the Philippines have quite some distance that they can cover. All right, so at the end of the turn, Russia gets 25 IPC. China is still sitting at 55 with a war bonds roll of 1, so they get 56 at the end of the turn. Excuse me. Sorry. All right, so that is turn 14 for the Communists, and we'll be back with turn 14 for the Allies. Take care, guys.